What's going on, guys? Devil's Advocate Boxing. I'm just going to do a little follow-up video to my most underrated and most overrated fighters. This is the overrated edition. I got to do a little disclaimer again. Like I said, just because I say a fighter is overrated doesn't mean he is a bad fighter. All it means is that I do not perceive him to be as good as his occult fan following or the rankings or the mainstream media or the boxing media portrays him to be. Okay? Doesn't mean they're not a good fighter. I just think that people overdo it and make them out to be more than something that they really are. And let's get right into it. The first name I want to talk about, in no particular order, but the first name I'm going to bring up is the guy you guys have been staring at right here, Abner Mares. Decent fighter. He's got decent boxing skills, decent. He's a decent infighter, pretty good infighter. My problem with him is that he is very, very dirty fighter. He gets wild and reckless. He just got knocked out in the first round. It's not that he's such a bad fighter. It's just that, him being number 5 on the pound-for-pound list alone, he never belonged there. He's not in that caliber. He's just not, I don't think he's an elite fighter. Okay, let's go to the next name on the list. This man, Lucien Bilodeau. Wow. I don't have to say much about him. He has a cult following in Canada, probably some type of following in Romania. Also, Carcino loves him. No, I'm just playing, but I don't even want to talk too much about this guy. We all know what's up. He is extremely overrated, and that's all there is to it. If you want to hear more about him, listen to Carcino's page. He's better than Andre Ward or some shit. No, I'm just fucking around, but still, he's extremely overrated. Let's talk about the next guy on the list. Bam! Brandon Bam Bam Rios. A lot of people are talking about him beating Manny Pacquiao. Not only is he not the caliber of fighter that Manny Pacquiao is, but the style matchup is just ridiculous. I mean, you guys all banking on the fact that, you're not saying that. You're saying shit like Brandon Rios is tough and no one has ever made him, take a step back. But I don't know. Truth is, to me, he does not have anything for Manny Pacquiao. To me, you guys are completely banking on the fact that Manny Pacquiao is a shot fighter after receiving that vicious knockout from Juan Manuel Marquez. But I just think this guy he's touted a lot higher than he should be. He would get outboxed by a lot of people, especially if he stays at 147. Even at 140, I could see him getting outboxed real easily. But, he just has too much of a following for his actual skill level. People think he's way too good when he's extremely basic. All right, let's go to the next name on the list. Ricky Burns. Yeah, Ricky Burns. You guys in the UK talking about how good Ricky Burns is need to chill out. Seriously. I mean, damn. I mean, I'm not trying to be biased just because I live in the USA, but until you come to America and prove yourself, you ain't really shit yet. Not in my eyes. And this is just a guy that would get waxed by a lot of people. I mean, all the guys that we're seeing fight in the 135 division would just annihilate him. Terrence Crawford, Miguel Vasquez would beat him. Richard Abril would beat him. Adrian Broner would certainly annihilate him. He's not that good. Next name on the list. And these two names, guys, I just have to remind you again that the word overrated just means that people blow them up to something that they're not. Like, people put these people, extreme fans, I should say, and even the boxing media, the ranking systems, they put these people higher than I truly believe they should be, and that's just my opinion. Okay, like I said before, the things that I base my opinion on and the way that I judge these fighters may not be the same as the way you guys judge these fighters. And to me, being one-dimensional and, not being versatile and well-rounded, you're not going to go far on my list. But whatever, fuck it. Let's just get right into it. Next name. Sorry guys, but gotta do it. Manny Pacquiao. Where do I start, dude? I'm a Pacquiao fan. I think that he's a phenomenon that we probably won't ever see again. And that's just assuming that he never roided up. Because if 10 years down the line we find out that he was on steroids, that'll completely, tarnish his reputation and the memory that we have of him. But I mean, in his prime, this guy was something else, man. The fighting style he had, combined with the pure raw athletic ability, and even the fact that he lacked defense a little bit, just made him a sight to behold. Like, I don't think we'll see another guy like this for a very, very long time. Okay? That being said, a lot of his fans, a lot of the media, a lot of, casual fans, they want to say that he's the best fighter of all time. Every time he fights Marquez, there's an excuse. Okay? Oh, I mean, literally, I know lots of Filipinos, and right after he got knocked out by Marquez, I must have heard like at least 10 excuses. I mean, the fight was fixed. Marquez stepped on his foot. Pacquiao had diarrhea, whatever it may be. Fucking just nuts. I mean, people look at this guy as like a god, literally worship him. He's an awesome fighter, and I think we should just enjoy it. Enjoy him for what he is. You know what I'm saying? He's an all-time great, but he is not the best fighter out there. It's proven that he has problems against certain styles. Okay? In my opinion, a 37, however old Marquez was when they fought the third time, After we thought Pacquiao had proved so much, after David Diaz, after De La Hoya, Cotto, Hatton, Clottey, I don't know if the Mosley fight was before or after, but after him beating all these guys, I don't think a 30-something-year-old Marquez had any business giving him the type of fight that he fought. Okay, it's just a proven fact that, with the right matchmaking, he can look unstoppable, but there are certain people and certain styles out there that will give him problems. Even Bradley, a lot of people want to say that it was no contest and Pacquiao annihilated. He didn't have success in that fight, okay? I give it to Pacquiao solely for the fact that in order to be the champion, you have to beat the champion. And I don't think Bradley inflicted enough damage. That's a stupid way of looking at it, because that's me looking at the fight in hindsight. But, yeah, I would have given the edge to Pacquiao. But, my main point is he didn't have the success that he was supposed to in that fight. And I think a lot of the hardcore boxing fans knew that was going to happen. But, I mean, like I said, more people than not still deny that fight was close and that Pacquiao had problems with Bradley. To this day, a lot of people will say that, Pacquiao beat his ass or whatever. That's ridiculous. Alright, drum roll. Here is the last person on the list. I'm sorry, I gotta say that in advance. I know there's a lot of fans of this guy that are gonna be very, very what the fuck about it. But, hey, what the fuck. Let's just get on with it. Juan Manuel Marquez, okay? And I gotta go into this again. Great fighter, all-time great, one of the best Mexicans to ever do it, okay? Very smart, very good counterpuncher. Okay, his resume is, to me, his resume is fantastic. Especially if you count the lower weight classes. He was always overshadowed by Barrera and Morales and Pacquiao. But, like I said, until he knocked out Pacquiao, no one realized how good this guy actually was. Like, when you look at their records side to side, knowing that they fought in the same divisions, people in the same skill level, and this was before people, it's just like they just realized how good of a fighter Juan Manuel Marquez was. He's got more wins than Pacquiao, he's got more knockouts and less losses, I believe. And he just knocked Pacquiao out cold. And it's like, no one ever noticed how good he was. But now, he's ranked as low as number 2 on some people's pound-for-pound list. He's just looked at as a god, okay? The way that there was the Pactards and the Flomos, the extremist fans. Those extremist fans are popping out of the woodworks for Juan Manuel Marquez, okay? And the reason I personally think he is overrated is because I think he makes a lot of mistakes. Not to mention he's 40, maybe if he was 30, and this is another guy assuming that he's not on roids, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. I still think he makes far too many mistakes and that he would get beat by a lot of boxers, okay? Boxers in general, people with foot movement, people with a jab, people who will not get lured into a firefight, okay? Devin Alexanders of the world, We all saw what happened with Floyd Mayweather. Um, he's been outboxed before, believe it or not. And this is gonna sound fucking insane. I think him and Paulie Malignaggi wouldn't be a terrible fight. I'd probably still lean towards Marquez, but it wouldn't be a terrible fight. It really wouldn't. Styles make fights. If you guys know what's really going on, like that, I just think for him to be ranked number 2, and for people to be saying that he is as great as he is, he needs to be a little more well-rounded. He needs to have a little better defense, not get hit so much. The guy has literally struggled in every fight that he's had, almost. Every top-tier fight, or even near it. He struggled against Baby Bull Diaz, Katsidas. Him struggling against Pacquiao isn't, there's no shame in that, but it seems like every fight that Marquez is in, he himself gets busted up, he gets dropped, he gets hit a ton of times, he loses rounds. I think if there's just someone that is careful and doesn't want to slug it out, like I said, a boxer type, they'll beat this guy. And take my word for it, if Timothy Bradley is not, ruined after that beating he took from Provodnikov, he is going to outbox Juan Manuel Marquez. And I'm going to do a breakdown on that fight and let you know why, but yeah, that's it, guys. And like I said, man, if you want to debate what I say and say that I'm wrong, that's completely fine. Give me a good reason, and if it makes sense, shit, I'm on board. You know what I'm saying? I'm on here to learn too, but for right now, this is just my opinion. Alright? Peace.